Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's Natalie. Today I am using the Paper Rose Christmas Time Basics, which is all these pretty little plaids and textures and stripes. I'm just picking out a few of the papers that I want to use for this card today. This is the foil Christmas Sentiments and Icons foil. This particular one is the gold. There is rose gold and there is silver, of course. This is the large Builder Gnome, which I think is pretty cute. Now I have cut 4 of these back pieces of the gnome. So we're going to use 1 and then 3 is, well, we're going to use all of them, of course. But 3 is stuck together, just to give it a little bit of bulk and to lift it out even more. I'm just mounting all of these papers. This last one's going to be foam mounted, but the other 2 are flat. These particular ones, the stripy panel, because I'm in Australia, our card bases are different from the American peeps. I've mentioned that previously. So the stripe pattern is 14.1 by 9.7. The green is 13.1 by 9 centimeters, and then let's call it the brickwork is 8.1 by 12.5 centimeters. This little piece is pretty much just some offcuts that were lying around, and we'll trim that up to just give an area for our gnomes to be grounded. That is something that I really like to do with my images. This sentiment sheet has, as you can see there is 2 sentiment sheets, shall we say. One is slightly smaller than the other one. Then you have a sheet of presents, and there's another one of Christmas trees. So that'll be a lot of fun to use those. I am zoomed out here, but I will zoom in a little bit. This is my standard skin colouring, which is E04, E11, E01 and E00. I am just using the C3 and C1 here just to put a little bit of something in the center. That piece goes on my hat, and there is another piece. So you have 2 options. Because I didn't clean my mat, I am going to recolor this, or should I say clean it before I start coloring. I am going to redo this beard in a little bit, and you'll be able to see that a bit better. These are the little shoe pieces. So I'm using the 0 marker. I am using W8, W6 and W4. I just thought, let's go with something a little bit more warmer than my usual combination. The mittens are also going to be, this is where I realized, the mittens, sorry, my bad, I was using the 110. The mittens are going to be done in the same coloring. We're just going to go back and forth. I like to colour it's recommended, I think, really, to colour the images 2 times, but then it's knowing the rules and knowing when to break them. I have R89, R46, R24 and R22 for my hat. I am leaving a little bit of shadow around the edges with my darker colour. That's going to give it a little bit more volume, a little bit more depth to my image. I've also added a couple of little crease lines in the center of my hat as well. This will give the impression that there is actually a head in there, even though it sort of gives the impression, no, it doesn't give the impression that it's a big head, it's a weird warped head. It just gives the impression that it is material and it is flowing and it is moving, so to speak. So I've got my highlight down in the center. This is where I've got my changed that all around. I ended up with a little bit of red that seeped through from the back. C5, just tiny bits, using a very light hand. C3 is going to go over a little bit of the C5, but also adding a little soft flicks everywhere else, and the same with the C1. Then what I'm going to do is go through with the 0 and just soften all that off. It is still a very grey beard, let's just say, but that's okay. Not all gnomes are going to be white, but that's what I thought I'd go for this time around, a little bit more of a grey beard. I did adhere that down, and then I thought, no, let's pop up the hat in the centre first off. So then it's also very easy. Now this does cut out, there you go. But as you can see, I coloured the body with the same, and I wasn't too stressed about where everything was going to go because the beard was going to go over that. So I just made sure that it sort of went far enough up. A little bit of gold stickles, and that is my card for today. I hope you are well. Take care, and I will talk to you very, very soon.